All right, everybody. Good morning. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is our daily eCom planning session. My passion is helping people get organized in their e-commerce business, helping them to make the decisions that are going to help move the needle so that they can reach that $1 million e-commerce seller status or whatever their long-term goal is. And so we host a daily ecom planning session every day, Monday through Saturday. And this week actually is going to be a little different. Today is Friday, and it is the 22nd, 4/22/22. Very interesting. And tomorrow is Saturday. So, Saturday, we normally do our weekly planning session. We're actually going to host that weekly planning session at 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. because of the fact that I have to go and spend some time with some kiddos for the special needs Easter egg hunt. So, just giving you that heads up. In addition to that, Sunday, I invite you to come back and join us. We can come back and join us tomorrow, Saturday at 6, or you can just listen to the replay. We are live in Clubhouse, and we are also live on the e-commerce planning Facebook group. In addition to that, you can come back and join us on Sunday where we do our monthly planning for the month of May. And we'll be doing that at 7 o'clock, also in Clubhouse and in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You can download the documents for the daily checklist, the monthly checklist, the weekly checklist, all of those. You can download all of those inside the e-commerce planning Facebook group. And you can follow us as we go through today's topic, which happens to be goal setting. So if you feel like you need some support on your e-commerce journey when it comes to being more productive, being more focused, setting better goals, making more progress in your business, then you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me. You can go to ecomsellers.com and click on coaching and schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. You can also join our e-commerce planning Facebook group that I previously mentioned. And if you don't feel like you have all the tools that you need to be more focused in your e-commerce business, you can grab the My Ecom Planner. You can go to My Ecom Planner. It's ECOM planner.com and download or purchase the digital planner, or you can get the physical planner. In addition to that, if you'd like some support on your e-commerce journey, you can join eCom Sellers Academy at ecomsellersacademy.com. And it's $17.99 a month, which is terribly affordable, and gives you the opportunity to get support. You get live weekly training sessions. We have a live Q&A. You get a RAOA list, and you also get a wholesale list every single week. So I invite you to join us on those journeys. So today's topic is goal setting. This month, what we're doing is we're pulling up articles online that we find on our specific topics for the day, and we're walking through them. And so this one comes to us from Business Insider. Um, After we go through the topic, then the next thing that we do is actually go through the daily checklist. So if you want to follow along with me from Business Insider, this one happens to be 4 mistakes entrepreneurs make when setting goals for the new year. So we know we're way past the new year at this point. We're about to go into the next month of May. So we're wrapping up month 4 and about to round into month 5. So there's still time to finish strong. First of all, there is still time to finish strong. But second, there are still some things that we don't always think about. So let's check out the article together and see if there's some validity in what they say. More than likely there is, but let's just check it out. So I'm scrolling down. There's always a lot of ads. There's a lot of ads. Okay. So the first one is forgetting to take inventory. Before deciding what milestones I'm going to hit for the new year, the very first thing that I do is to take inventory of the past year. Absolutely. You should always know where you've come from in order to figure out where you're going to go next. So I start off by going through each month and writing down my wins and losses. I write down proud moments, successful projects, and positive lessons I learned. I also take note of situations that I didn't handle very well, business goals I fell short of meeting, and opportunities I missed out on that I should have pursued. I do agree with this. I absolutely love this. What we do when we do the monthly planning session, so if you join us on Sunday, you'll see this. I was going to say Saturday, but if you join us on Sunday, you'll see this. Is that we go through and do an assessment for the month. We write down our wins, and we write down our lessons learned. That's how I document that. So that what were our lessons learned for the month of April is what we're going to go through. What were our wins for the month of April, the things that we did well, and then some things that we need to consider so that way as we build our new goals for the month of May, we're taking all of that into account. We also reassess what is our yearly goal so that way again each month, each week, and each day we're going back and reassessing and working towards the goals that we've established for ourselves. So I love this stopping and taking inventory. The next one is number 2, ignoring current and projected trends. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see what they got to say. So, setting goals for the new year doesn't just involve uh, your bottom line, and planning for scaling your business. The goals have to incorporate industry trends that are projected for the year ahead so you can capture the attention of your audience and move your business forward. Okay, I do agree with that. We actually do some forward planning as well. We also assess what we did last year around this same time. So, what's coming up? So, some of the things that we've talked about that are coming up that are going to be a challenge, or things that people have to keep in mind, is that the cost of goods are going to continue to go up. Shipping is going to continue to go up. And shipping is going to continue to be an interesting challenge. We're about to go into, even though we don't talk about it because Amazon hasn't officially announced anything, but Prime Day is coming. And so when Prime Day happens, all platforms get a boost. No matter what happens, all online platforms get a boost. And one of the things we talked about in our monthly planning session in April which was at the end of March, of course, was that you need to start ordering your inventory for Prime Day, like now, so that it is here in time to take advantage of the sales that are going to happen on all platforms, not just Amazon, in July. So we still fully believe that Prime Day is probably going to happen the first Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday, yeah, Monday and Tuesday of July, second Monday and Tuesday of July. So you should be ready for that. You should have your inventory ordered. Again, they haven't announced it, but we know that this is something that Amazon does every year. Even though they kind of moved it around, the last 2 years have been a little weird because of COVID, but prior to that, they had a pretty good trend. So, based off of that pretty good trend, it's kind of like, Christmas in July. And so, with Christmas in July, you want to make sure you're able to take advantage of those sales that happen. So, I agree with that. The next one is thinking too macro. So it says, just like when people set New Year's resolutions, entrepreneurs also tend to set high goals for their business that are too vague to implement. Okay. So I used to do the same thing by setting goals that were generic, like wanting to have a stronger presence on Instagram or writing a book by the end of the year. So I agree, you do have to set more focused goals. We focus 100% on setting stronger goals every single year, every single month, and every single week. We focus on that. What are the goals that things we need to accomplish, and what are the things we need to do every single day to reach the goals that we set for the year or for the month or for the week. So we reassess that and come back, and we're very specific in our weekly planning session because we start with our weekly schedule and then we write out the actual schedule so we can get into the weeds of what are the things we actually need to be doing. What is the specific thing that we're sourcing? What is the specific thing that we're listing? All of those things. So I agree with that. And then last but not least, setting your goal, keeping your goals a secret. You should, they should be known for you. If you have a business partner, if you have a team that's working with you, your team should know the goals. If your kids or your family is, they're not necessarily maybe 100% part of the business, but again, they take up some of your daily time because they should. They're your family. So that you need to make sure that your goals are known to them, and then have an accountability partner so that way, uh, You can check in with them, or they can check in with you to see where you are on reaching your goals, and you should be tracking that so it is obvious what your goals are. So sometimes writing them on a whiteboard so that you can see them every single day, or maybe putting a sticky on your computer or on your laptop so that you can see it on a regular basis. It's going to help you remember what those goals are and help you achieve those goals faster. So I 100% agree with that, and I think that you should not keep your goals a secret. They should be known by everyone that is either going to be working with you or going to be supporting you in some kind of way. It's always nice to have the cheerleaders come out and support you. So I think this was a great quick tip list, and you can definitely use this as you begin the process. Ironically, of putting together your goals for 2023, because your goals are going to be coming up very quickly. So now we're going to transition to the daily planning session and our daily checklist of the activities that we want to engage in, look at, focus on every single day. So again, my name is Nicole Whitlock. I'm with eCom Sellers. You can join us on this journey if you feel like you need a little more help with being organized, setting goals, getting focused, staying productive in your e-commerce business by scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session at ecomsellers.com and click on coaching and schedule that session there. In addition to that, you can follow us in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You can also follow us on Clubhouse. Share this out with a friend, someone else that's either early in this e-commerce journey or that's been on the journey for a while that feels like they're not getting the traction they'd like to get in their e-commerce business. And be happy to help them and support them as well. Or maybe this will help them just by listening. And then I encourage you to grab the ecom planner. You can go to myecomplanner.com, grab the digital or the physical planner, and use that to help you on your e-commerce journey every day, every week, and every month. Make sure you know what your goals are for the year. And I always reverse engineer that by taking that, whatever those goals are for the year, breaking it down for what are the activities I'm going to engage in every month, and then what are the activities I'm going to engage in every week, and what are the activities I'm going to engage in every day to reach that yearly goal. So that's how we put together what our strategy is, and we're very specific on the things that we're going to focus on. So with that being said, you can also join Ecom Sellers Academy. If you feel like you need support, you can join it for $17.99 a month. We have weekly live training sessions. We have a library of over 200 training videos that will help you on pretty much any level of the e-commerce journey. And we also offer you free retail arbitrage leads, retail online arbitrage leads every week, 10 of them, and wholesale list leads. So on the daily planning session, the first thing we're going to do is, hopefully you're doing this the night before. We encourage you to set aside anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes the night before, and we encourage you to set aside 5 to 15 minutes the morning of. So the night before, these are the activities, the 4 things that we encourage you to do. Block out that time. So we're talking about, since it is Friday, we're going to be focusing on Thursday. Before you go to bed, you're going to put together your schedule, or review your schedule, of the day. So how did Thursday go? What were the things you got done? What were the things you didn't get done? What were you able to move the needle in your business on? And we're going to celebrate our wins, and we're going to make a note of the things that we need to move to either tomorrow or to next week or to next month. So that way, again, we continue to not drop the ball on the things that are actually going to help us make progress in our business. The next thing is that we are going to go through and update our daily stats. So how many listings did you create? How many sales did you have? What were your sales? What was your profit for the day? How many listings did you rework? How many items did you ship? How many hours did you actually work in your business? And what were those things you did? So we're going to track our stats. All that's inside the My Ecom Planner. And then we're going to look at our online calendar for today, Friday. We're going to make sure we're not missing anything. What do we have scheduled for today in our online calendar? So these are calendars that, you might keep for doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. Today is my son's Special Olympics track meet, and this is going to be interesting because I have a full day, and so I don't know. Somebody might have to take pictures for me. So I love those families that do that for me. Thank you. If I'm not able to make it. And then in addition to that, if you have a work calendar, go check that out so you don't have surprises on whatever meetings you have for the day, so that is, not a surprise to you. Then the next thing is to build out your schedule for today. So you can extract your schedule directly from your weekly planning session. You can extract it from your actual. So what are the things you're going to be listing today? What are the things you're going to be sourcing today? What's the product research you're going to be doing? What are the things you're going to be paying attention to when it comes to shipping? So here's the deal. I believe regardless of what e-commerce method you engage in, there are primarily, well, 5 or 6 core activities that are the same. So it doesn't matter if you have private label products, if you are doing retail arbitrage, if you're doing white label, print on demand, drop shipping, wholesale, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Walmart. It does not matter um, what platform you're selling on. These are some things that everyone engages in if they're selling. Some of them you do more or less depending on your method of e-commerce, but you engage in them. So everybody creates listings because you have to. You can't sell anything online if you don't have a listing. Everyone does that in some form or fashion, whether they're using a tool to upload it, whether they're using a tool to automate it, whether they're doing it manually, whether they've outsourced it to a VA. Everyone engages in that. Um, Everyone has some level of a shipping activity. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it yourself, if you've sent it off to a fulfillment center, or if you have an integration that automates that shipment out. There's some level of a shipping activity that has to be followed up on or checked or audited or confirmed. And so that's something that everyone is doing. Um, so there's some basics. And when you're building your schedule, these are the things that we're going to be very specific on. So when we say that you're going to be engaging in listing, what exactly did you say, based on your goals that you set for the month and for the week, that you're actually going to be listing today? What are the things specifically that you're going to be sourcing? So we are very specific in our daily planning session, so that when those holidays come up, like, I don't know, Prime Day that I previously mentioned, you're not surprised. It's like, hey, I ordered my inventory in April, like Nicole said, allowing enough time for my inventory to get here, to get listed, to get whatever, so that way I was ready whenever Amazon decided they want to announce Prime Day, because we know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. We don't know when 100%. There's been rumblings. So we go through and we build our daily schedule. And if you've already got it done for the weekly, then from the weekly, you can extract it from there, and it makes it a lot easier to go through for today. So we're going to make sure we incorporate all of the things that we're doing in our daily schedule, especially if you're a person that procrastinates, so that way you can do a better job of keeping track of where you're spending time, where you're wasting time. Those are all those categories that are important to you. So if you get up and you meditate, that's time that you spend in the day. So time is precious, time is finite. God has given us the time to be able to do the things. So let's not waste it. If we woke up this morning, let's not waste it. So we're talking about spiritual activities, personal activities, family and household related activities, health and fitness related activities, financial and business related activities, all of those things. So you can lump things into different categories. You can create some additional categories if you want to break it down further. But again, you want to make sure you're accounting for all of that in your daily planning session. And if you prefer to do checklists over creating a schedule, I prefer time blocks, but if you prefer creating a checklist, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to move on to today, Friday. First thing in the morning, you're going to go through whatever your morning routine is. We're not trying to disrupt your life or change your routine. If you don't have a routine, then this is a great one to start. But once you get your morning routine done, so if that's getting the kids out the door first, if it's going for a walk first, if it's sitting down and drinking some coffee in silence before everybody gets up and the chaos starts, any of that works. So do that. And then the next thing is we're going to step through this 5-step checklist. The first thing is we're going to review yesterday's schedule, just so we can make sure that we're taking note of the things that maybe we engaged in yesterday that we completely forgot. So we've gone to sleep, we woke up, and now we're going to go ahead and get those things done, or we're going to review what we got done to make sure that we didn't forget anything. We have an inclusive list. Um, that's also going to help us as we continue trying to kill that procrastination bug, okay, and getting rid of him. So, since we want to get rid of him, we have to make sure that we're accounting for all of our time. Where are we spending it? Where are we wasting it? The next thing after we update that schedule, it's going to help us build a better Thursday schedule in the future. It's also going to help us build better daily schedules in the future as well. Step two of this process is we're going to review our weekly priorities and weekly habits. And step three, we're going to review our our monthly goals. So here's the deal. We're the third full week of April. I keep wanting to say March, but we're in the third full week of April. So since we're in the third full week of April, you should be more than halfway through your monthly goals, okay? Because you're being intentional on where you're going to execute those monthly goals in your planner. So you should be more than halfway through your monthly goals. In addition to that, you should also be more than halfway through your weekly priorities and weekly habits. So both of those things should be already happening in your business and in your life. So you need to go through and look at your weekly priorities and see how far along you are, because today is Friday. You don't have a lot of time left. And also where you are on your weekly habits, making sure that you're hitting those weekly habits that you're wanting to track, things you want to improve in your life, or things you want to start doing more consistently. And then your monthly goals. So just take a minute to eyeball those and see where you are on this journey. If you're not where you want to be or where you should be, then you probably need to make adjustments to today and what you're going to focus on today. And also the remaining number of days of this month, because the month is over next Saturday. Then step four of this process is we're going to go through our daily checklist for today, our daily schedule for today. Since we wrote it out last night, we may need to rewrite it because now we're like, okay, our weekly and our monthly are not where we need to be. Let's add some stuff to today or make adjustments to today. Maybe I don't work as long on this particular thing. Maybe I shorten the amount of time I spend on this thing. But go through your daily checklist and or daily schedule. Figure out what your main thing is. That if everything goes wrong and you can only get one thing done, what is the main thing? And then in addition to that, sometimes reading it, writing it, and speaking it out loud can help you to increase your awareness of the things you should be focusing on and can help, again, get rid of that gremlin, that procrastination bug that's slowing you down where you're not as focused. It will also, as you go through and do that at night and then do it again in the morning, it's going to increase your awareness of the things that you're supposed to be focused on so that way when you get distracted, and we all get distracted, but hopefully it'll reduce the distraction duration or it'll help you to get refocused much quicker. So read it, write it, speak it, whatever your schedule is for today. And then step five is to write down quickly or to review what you already have on your agenda for tomorrow. That would be Saturday. And I would encourage you to go ahead and do Saturday and Sunday. The reason is because we have Saturday and Sunday already ready to go. We're going to be doing the weekly planning on Saturday, and Sunday we're going to be doing the monthly planning. So go ahead and just knock those out so that way the next time we get back to the daily activities is the following Monday. Last but not least, make sure you're aware of any disruptions, interruptions that might occur in your day or that might throw you off your game. Because one of the biggest things that happens to everyone is, and it happens to everyone, is that we set these goals, as we were talking about New Year's today. We set these goals, we set all these major plans, and then something happens that interrupts our routine, that interrupts the pattern that we're trying to establish. And so then we don't, hypothetically, if working out was on your list for the New Year's resolution, we don't go to the gym as often. We don't eat right as often. We don't get to bed on time as often. And then slowly we go back to the old habits that have not been serving us well. So, if we want to sustain building this habit, we want to keep the momentum in our business, we want to keep the consistency and productivity high in our business, then we have to increase our awareness of those things that are actually going to throw us off our game. So, most of the time when it comes to e-commerce and the journey, it's always, oh, I had to take the kids here and so I didn't get to do that today. Oh, I had to go do this other thing, and so I completely forgot about that. Oh, well, I didn't get as much done today because, and there's always an excuse. It's always a reason, always a justification. So the goal is to increase our awareness of those things that are going to be disruptors in our journey, that are going to mess up our day in some kind of way or throw us off our game or our routine. And we account for those things because we build a better schedule. We're making sure that we're noting it's not a surprise that you had a dentist appointment today. That's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that you had the Special Olympics today. It was already on the schedule. So you plan for that. You make adjustments to your schedule so you can still meet today's goals and today's objectives no matter what. Same thing with weekly disruptors, things that are going to throw you off your game for a week. If your mom is coming in from out of town for a week, her being here is going to maybe impact the number of listings you create every day. If your goal was 10, just drop it down to 2. That doesn't mean you're not going to shoot for the 10 still. It just means that you understand that there's going to be some level of a disruption in your routine. And so you're not going to be able to get as much done. So make sure you account for those things so that you can stay productive, stay consistent, maintain and sustain the momentum you're building in your business. So, with that being said, I hope this information was helpful to you. I hope it's a blessing to you. My name is Nicole Whitlock. Again, my passion is helping people on their e commerce journey. If this is helpful to you, please share this out. Let somebody else know about the daily planning sessions. Come back and join us tomorrow. We're going to be early tomorrow. And join us on Sunday for the monthly planning session. So, if you're a person that feels like you need a little more support, you can schedule a coaching session by going to ecomsellers.com and click on coaching to schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. Or if you feel like you need an accountability buddy, you can definitely reach out to me and we can schedule that 20-minute session. And let's go through your schedule and put something on the calendar. If you don't already have the My Ecom Planner, I encourage you to grab that. And once you grab that, you'll be able to use it because it was designed for sellers by sellers. So it has a lot of the things that we talk about that's going to help you to stay organized and consistent in your business. And then last but not least, if you feel like you need some support along your e-commerce journey, you need a little more information, or you want to join our Q&A sessions that we host every week, you can join Ecom Sellers Academy for $17.99 a month and join us. Let us help you on your journey. All right. With that being said, I hope this information will help you along your journey. Go out and crush it today, this Friday, on 4/2/2/2/2. That is so weird to me. This is going to be weird for the rest of the year. 2/2/2/2. We're going to have a lot of those. So we got, what is it? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We have more of those to come. So December is going to be really weird. 1/2/2/2/2/2. Anyway, you guys have an amazing day, and I hope that it's highly productive, focused, and that you stay consistent in your business. Bye for now.